right, let's start off with a prayer. So I invite you to place your hands on your heart. Close your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you to do. Taking a nice deep cleansing breath of love and gratitude. Letting go of anything that came before this moment. Setting aside anything that is to come after this study group session. We are grateful and thankful to be the two or more who are gathered in the name and the nature of love. Grateful for our willingness to remember our true identity, which is unconditional love, pure innocence, joy, beauty, wisdom, clarity, abundance, prosperity, the all good. We are grateful for our mighty companions, our earthly and heavenly helpers. We ask that they join us now, surrounding and supporting, blessing and guiding us, inspiring our conversation today. We are grateful for our willingness to receive the gifts of God. We claim them right here and right now. In our open hearts and our open minds, we are good receivers. And we're grateful to be able to share the benefits of all that we receive and all that we are with Mother Earth and all her beings, because we are one. In grace and divine gratitude, we let it be, and so it is. Amen. So it may just be me again today. That's okay. That's okay. Hold on just a second. So we are still in chapter 13, Release from Guilt, section 6, the continuous present. And just every time I read that, what comes to my mind is the continuous present is the reason why the now is called the present, is because it is a gift. Hi, Kathleen. So I'm actually going to start us off with paragraphs 3 and 4. This darkness is in you. The Christ revealed to you now has no past, for he is changeless, and in his changelessness lies your release. For if he is as he was created, there is no guilt in him. No cloud of guilt has risen to obscure him, and he stands revealed in everyone you meet, because you see him through himself. To be born again is to let the past go and look without condemnation upon the present. For the clouds which obscures God's Son to you is the past, and if you would have it past and gone, you must not see it now. For if you see it now in your delusions, it has not gone from you, although it is not there. Time can release as well as imprison, depending on whose interpretation of it you use. Past, present, and future are not continuous unless you force continuity on them. You can perceive them as continuous and make them so for you. But do not be deceived and then believe that this is how it is. For to believe that reality is what you would have it be according to your use for it is delusional. You would destroy time's continuity by breaking it into past, present, and future for your own purposes. You would anticipate the future on the basis of your past experience and plan for it accordingly. And by so doing, you are aligning past and future and not allowing the miracles which could intervene between them to free you to be born again. And the insight I had while reading that was, this is why it is so important for me to remember that we are infinite beings. I can have tolerance for my humanness and my grief, but I am more interested in knowing that we are never separate from each other. We being everyone, but in this particular thought process, it was we being Rudy and I. So I can allow myself to wallow in guilt and just be sad all the time, or use it as an excuse to not do the things that I feel that I was put on this earth to do in this human experience. And, that could be one experience choice. But what I would really like to do is remember that now is really the only time there is. And I am not separate from Rudy, and he is not separate from me. And so spending my time in sadness and grief is not helpful to anyone. So yeah, I'm really interested in embodying this continuous present and letting go of any time thoughts about the past or fears about the future pop into my mind to distract me from what I would like to be doing on this earth and where I would like to be focusing my energy. So that's where I'm starting us off. Do you have anything, Kathleen, that you would like to add, or anything that struck you?
Well, just coming from Robert's class on we're on to miracles, um, and just realizing just the simplicity of miracles. They're acts of love. And that's why we're here. And all of this stuff about like not seeing somebody the way you saw them in the past and not judging them and seeing their light and all of that is just leading to an act of love, of being nice to people and not seeing them, not denying being nice to them because of something in the past, like somebody
Yeah,
that I'm irritated at. And so I'm not going to be nice to them.
right.
It just, it seems more simple than this book is making it out to be, but I guess we need the book because we think we're stuck in the past, the present, and the future, and we think we're separate. But Robert was saying that the research on what makes us happy started about the same time that this book came into existence, and that the research shows that spending money on other people makes us happier than spending it on ourselves. Doing things for other people makes us happier than doing things for ourselves. And it can help people who are depressed if they become more giving. So there's all this research on what makes us happy because we apparently don't know what makes us happy. So it just, Jesus is like must have been aware of the fact that all this research was about to start for when he brought this book into existence, to show that all those nice acts we're doing are actually miraculous changes of the quantum reality that we're living in. And if we can keep doing more and more and more of them with guidance, it is emphasized that we ask the Holy Spirit who to be kind to or what to say,
Yeah,
not just always use our own ego or whatever desire to go out and be nice to everybody. I don't know. Um, yeah, I underlined all kinds of stuff throughout here, you know. Yeah. Um, like no, number 9. Shine on your brothers in remembrance of your Creator, and you will remember him as you call forth the witnesses to his creation, who I guess are our brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Those whom you heal bear witness to your healing, for in their wholeness you will see your own. And as your hymns of praise and gladness rise to your Creator, he will return your thanks in his clear answer to your call. For it can never be that his son calls upon him and remains unanswered. His call to you is but your call to him, and in him you're answered by his peace. So there we ask for help from God, and we're answered by feeling peaceful, really peaceful. Ah, and then the next one, child of light, you know not that the light is in you, yet you'll find it through its witnesses. For having given light to them, they will return it. Everyone you see in light brings your light closer to your own awareness. Love always leads to love. The sick who ask for love are grateful for it, and in their joy they shine with holy thanks. And this they offer you who gave them joy. They are your guides to joy, for having received it of you, they would keep it. You have established them as guides to peace, for you have made it manifest in them. And seeing it, beauty calls you home. There is a light which this world cannot give, yet you can give it as it was given you. Ah, yeah. At the bottom there, your light will join with theirs in power so compelling it will draw the others out of darkness as you look on them. Phew.
Yeah. Just extending love, extending love, extending love constantly.
Yes, yes, the attraction of light must draw you willingly, and willingness is signified by giving. That's at the top of 439. Those who accept love of you or from you, those who accept love of you, I think that means from you, doesn't it? Become your
Yes.
willing witnesses to the love you gave them, and it is they who hold it out to you. In sleep, you are alone, and your awareness is narrowed to yourself. That's the dream awareness. That's why nightmares come. You dream of isolation because your eyes are closed. You don't see your brothers. In darkness, you can't look upon the light you gave to them.
Yeah. That's why it feels like anytime we are judging ourselves or others or things in the world or situations that either we've lived through or situations that we see happening out in the world, whether it's from something we've seen on television or something we heard somebody else say,
Mm-hmm.
that like closes us in. It makes us so small.
Feeling
And
feeling judgmental.
yes, yes,
Yeah, it gets in the way of giving miracles for sure.
yeah. And I don't know if to me, I know that there are a lot of people that the majority of their judgments are outside. My challenge has always been the judgments on the inside.
Sure.
And so, but what I'm finding is that being more loving toward myself and letting go of those judgments toward myself allows me to much more easily let go of the judgments to others as well. So it's like, that's to me, that's like the give and take that he's talking about here. Like, if we're giving love to ourselves by letting go of any unkindness that we hold against ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
we're more apt to do that for others. So, yeah, holding any negative thoughts about uh, ourselves is extending or expanding the darkness, not the light. I'm more
Yep.
interested in expanding the light.
Yeah, and what a practice to look on everyone with no reference at all to the past, like you read
Right.
in two. Uh, I think about my neighbors, certain ones of them. Like I don't, this is a small mobile home park, and I don't hardly hang out with anybody here. I think I have judgments against almost everyone. There, a
Yeah.
lot of them are Trump supporters, and or they just have had lives so different than mine. And so I just, this is going to be a really good practice just to always see them without any past stuck to my seeing them right then in that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always friendly and polite, and I guess I don't know what to do after that. So it's just go on my way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and wish them well. That's yeah, that's as best as I can do for the most part. And then all my neighbors that have hired me to take care of their lawns, I lovingly take care of their plants.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want any darkness inside me, and I don't want to get down on myself for not doing enough or for getting old,
Right.
you know, all that old, getting old stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of bothering me less these days, but yeah, it does come and go
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
because there's no such thing as death. And the opposite of life, this guy said in one of my groups, the opposite of life is thinking you were born. So I think the opposite of life with God is thinking you were born here,
Yeah.
because there's no death. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So there's no being born.
There's no being born.
Yeah. But it's still to me also, it's like we decided to have this dream that we were born and we are having this life and that we're going to die. So it brings me back to like David Hawkins says in the book Healing and Recovery about how we're so intolerant of our humanness, of our humanity.
Oh,
So if we have a human thought or we have a human emotion, being mean to ourselves about it isn't going to help. That's just going to compound the,
yeah.
the negativity and stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting way to walk through the world, but it feels so much more expansive and loving and kind to do it that way.
And then if we can walk through that, like number 8, in timeless union with your brothers is your continuity unbroken because it's wholly shared. God's guiltless son is only light.
Yeah,
So just to walk around knowing that, like, okay, I'm in a form of a body, but that's fine. I'm still light. I mean,
right.
and then I've been thinking, like, we created everything on Earth. We created Earth and the planets and everything. That's
Yeah,
that's pretty amazing that we did all that.
yeah,
God didn't do it. We did it.
right.
And it's an amazing making. I guess I can't call it a creation, but we made all this and all the beautiful creatures in the sea. And oh my God, went to the aquarium yesterday and watched these films they're making about birds flying now that because they can fly right next to them and looking
Yeah,
down at the earth and the way birds communicate and the way octopuses communicate. We made all that.
yeah,
So we are very brilliantly godlike in some respects, but then we learn that in heaven with God, we're creating even more spectacularly, but we
yeah,
can't really know what it is till we get there.
yeah. And when we get there is when we get there. Like
Yep.
there's no, I just because every once in a while I will catch myself like, well, if I was truly enlightened, I wouldn't be here anymore. But apparently I have this plan to begin with. So,
Yeah,
so wishing that I wasn't here or thinking that I'm doing something wrong because I am still here, that's not a loving thought either. You mentioning the aquarium, I just um, came to mind. Have you seen that Netflix movie, the new one with
the
Sally Field?
octopus. Yes,
Oh my God, that was
sweet.
so beautiful.
I know, so
So
sweet.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the octopus talking.
Yeah. I mean, the whole movie is basically from the octopus's point of view. And so I just thought that was brilliant. That was
Yeah, I
brilliant.
really liked it too.
Yeah. I also in when you read eight, at the end of that page, he brings us down to the note on 34 where he says, he just said that there is no darkness in him anywhere. This is the message we have heard from him and proclaim to you, that God is light and in him is no darkness at all. The course applies this to God's guiltless son, all of us. It's so different from coming from a Catholic background where you are taught that there's original sin. Like a baby already comes here with sin and then has to be baptized in order to be sinless.
I know, creepy.
And the whole thing about the baptism, like you have to hurry up and baptize your baby in case something happens to it, so if it dies when it's still a baby, it can go to heaven because it came in with the original sin. It's like that is just that
I
is
know.
just nuts.
If we could change it to, we're going to go through a little ceremony to help this being undo the ego as it gets older, knowing that it came in with the ego thought system in its head,
Yeah,
that would make more sense to me. Like
right.
we're gonna help this child to know that there's this creepy voice in our heads that's gonna make people be mean to you, and it might make you be mean to other kids, but
Yeah,
we're gonna help you like see that. You don't have to pay any attention to that mean voice. Stuff like that would make more sense than
yeah. Or
like,
having the ceremony also be like blessing the people that are in this child's life so that their
mm,
egos don't get in the way and mess them up.
right.
Because they come here as these innocent, perfect beings that still have like the kiss of God in their mind. Um, I often think about, I remember seeing a video, and I think this was before AI, where this little boy runs in to the room where his baby brother or sister is sleeping, or is where their crib is, and says, can you tell me, or can you remind me? I'm starting to forget.
Mm,
Can you remind me of where we came from? Because I'm starting to forget. Um,
yeah. I was sitting next to my niece one time. She was 4 years old. We are sitting in the grass. She's saying, "There's a little God in each piece of grass."
wow.
And now she's in her 30s. She doesn't believe in God.
Oh, yeah.
She just turned
Well,
whatever.
yeah.
Anyway,
I just like we bastardize what God is as we become adults and try to teach it from a religious point of view. And, God is the same stardust that we are.
yes, it
So,
makes me feel awkward when I said God didn't create this. I feel like that's not right either.
no, because we are God. If
We
we're
are
one
God.
with God, then we are creating
Yeah. And
with
God,
God. Yeah.
But the course says over and over, God would never have created a world where people hate each other and kill each other. That God
Right.
did not create this world. God did not create this dream. So
Right.
it's kind of confusing that we created
Yeah.
the dream and we are part of God. So therefore, God did create it. It's like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like contradiction, but I feel like it's kind of um like we can't blame God for war. We can't blame God for school shootings because it's the human part where we're not in our right minds that causes those things to happen, where we start to believe that we're separate, we're not supported, we're not one with everyone in all of life, and we can get paranoid. So,
Uh-huh.
but even that, I feel like there is a purpose. If everything is helpful, then even that is a purpose. If for nothing else, to make us more appreciative of life itself.
Yeah. In the next section, the world that shines with love is all about, the real world is not like this. It has no buildings, there's no streets. So this is going to talk all about the other world.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved 12 too, where he said, Awakening unto Christ is following the laws of love of your free will and out of quiet recognition of the truth in them. The attraction of light must draw you willingly, and willingness is signified by giving. Those who accept love
Okay.
of you, oh, you read that already, become your willing witnesses to the love you gave them, and in it they who hold it out to you. In sleep you are alone. Yeah, it's just it
So
just reminds me. Go ahead.
it's all about seeing our brothers. That's what this is saying.
Yeah,
You don't see
and
your brother.
remembering that we're each other's salvation.
Yeah, we are each other.
Yeah. We are one with each other.
Exactly.
Yep. It's the walrus song from the Beatles.
I am the walrus.
I am me and you are you and we are we and we are all
Yes,
together.
you're all together. Yes. Yep.
Let's see. I didn't have any other notes because I just feel like this whole section was repeating itself over and over and over again. So all I really was seeing was um
Yeah.
how I can be grateful for everything and every experience that I've had, good, bad, or otherwise, that it's all been helpful and a blessing. And that yeah, there's no separation. Basically what it's
Right.
saying the whole time.
Like today's lesson, there's one life, and that I share with God.
Yes.
There's no death because what God created shares his life. There's no death because an opposite to God doesn't exist. There's no death because Father and the Son are one.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, forget about death.
Yeah. But for me, it's been
Well,
important too to remember that everybody's experience is different,
mm-hmm.
because I can look at and maybe this is why this happened this way, But I think
Yeah.
I've mentioned here before that the person in the house, kitty corner to the right of me, her husband died at the end of 2024. And then the guy that lives right across the street from me, his wife died like a couple weeks before Rudy, and then Rudy, and then the
Wow.
lady that lives kitty corner to me on the left side, her husband died like a couple weeks after Rudy did.
You could have a grief support group.
Yeah, I look out the window and I'm like, I see dead people. But they're, I mean, and I have reached out to them and given them all my phone number and been like, maybe we should get together, or maybe we could support each other or whatever. And I've
Right.
not really heard from any of them. They will wave kind of
Sure.
thing. And that's okay. But I just
Hopefully.
have to remember like their grief experience is not the same as my grief experience
Mhm.
and vice versa. And so I don't know what they're going through. I only know what I'm going through, and I just pray for them and bless them, and you know ask for blessings on them as they miss their loved ones or not. I don't know what their
Yeah.
relationships were like because
Right. Right.
like you, I don't really know my neighbors. I just
Yeah.
hey.
Right. Right. Hopefully, yes, our minds will be healed of grief and just turn into happy remembering.
Yeah,
Jeez,
exactly.
hard to be without their physical presence.
Yeah, I mean, you know what that's like.
Hmm.
We've all experienced it in our lives in many different ways.
Yeah, my great niece just lost her baby inside of her. It wasn't very old, but she's like, I said, well, hopefully that little soul comes back to you in a different body. How do you talk to somebody about? And then her mother's like, oh yeah, God has, we don't know what God's plan is. I'm like, well, I don't think God had anything to do with her baby dying, but
Yeah,
it's more like maybe the baby's choice. It was the wrong body or the body.
that's it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I had an ectopic pregnancy in my 30s,
Oh yeah.
um, or late 20s. Can't remember now. Thank goodness. Um, but one of the insights that I was given many, many years afterwards was that that soul only needed to feel the immense amount of unconditional love that I had for it for that
Hmm.
short period of time that I knew
Right.
that I was pregnant. That's all it needed. And I was able to give that is such a blessing,
Hmm.
like what an honor that soul chose me to have that
Hmm.
experience because we had been trying to get pregnant for a couple of years when that
Hmm.
happened.
Wow.
Um, and then we never did get pregnant. I ended up having a hysterectomy, but uh, and the doctor said, I can't believe that you got pregnant the first time
Wow.
with everything that was going on. I'm like, okay, miracles all over the place. So,
Yeah.
at the time, it was not a pleasant experience, but at the same time, it taught me so much. And so I absolutely have gathered all of the learning from it and all of the blessings that I've received from that whole experience. I got to see from that experience that, um, how when I had my near death experience as an infant, even though I feel like a lot of my childhood anger was because I came back and I didn't want to.
Hmm.
I could see that the reason that I came back was because I didn't want to put my mother and my grandmother through the same amount of grief that I experienced after I had that loss.
Hmm.
You know, um, Yeah. It's cool to have insights like that. And
Mhm.
it just feels like a gift that you get to receive.
Good to have different ways to look at it. Like a friend of mine, her baby was born, but it died right away. They didn't realize it had incompatible heart condition with life.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, I was thinking, I think I said to her, maybe that spirit just wanted a very short life this time, just wanted to
Yeah.
experience being inside and
Yeah.
not out here in this big world.
Right.
Just wanted us that had different kind of an experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we just don't ever know. Like, I just imagine like the soul that came through me in that ectopic pregnancy was, maybe it did not receive unconditional love in its other
Hmm.
lifetimes.
Right.
And, having gone through infertility treatments for 2 years, oh my God, when we found out that I was pregnant, we were over the moon, we were like celebrating already. So the
Sure.
immense amount of love that was,
Yeah.
being bestowed on that little soul,
Uh-huh.
that's all that it needed.
Yep. 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 Yeah. A
Yeah.
lot of fun, different ways to look at it. Came back in a different body, came back to different parents, came back to,
Right.
a little piece of God.
Yeah. But in the meantime, she will grieve for as long as she
Yeah.
needs to grieve. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Well, do you mind if we end a little early? Or did you?
No, not at all. I was just going to say, do you feel complete? Because I'm feeling like,
Yeah, I do feel
okay,
complete.
cool
Thank
beans.
you.
All right. So we will continue in chapter 13, section 7, The World That Shines with Love. And I can't wait to read that because that just sounds like a delightful title.
Might read it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll continue the rest of the reading from today's lesson that you started 167. There is one life, and that I share with God. So Kathleen um, recited the first paragraph, so I'll start in the second. In this world, there appears to be a state that is life's opposite. You call it death. Yet we have learned that the idea of death takes many forms. It is the one idea which underlies all feelings that are not supremely happy. It is the alarm to which you give response of any kind that is not perfect joy. All sorrow, loss, anxiety, and suffering and pain, even a little sigh of weariness, a slight discomfort, or the merest frown acknowledge death and thus deny you live. You think that death is of the body, yet it is but an idea, irrelevant to what is seen as physical. A thought is in the mind, it can be then applied as mind directs it. But its origin is where it must be changed. If change occurs, ideas leave not their source. The emphasis this course has placed on that idea is due to its centrality in our attempts to change your mind about yourself. It is this, it is the reason you can heal. It is the cause of healing. It is why you cannot die. Its truth established you as one with God. Death is the thought that you are separate from your creator. It is the belief conditions change, emotions alternate because of causes you cannot control. You did not make and you can never change. It is the fixed belief ideas can leave their source and take on qualities the source does not contain, becoming different from their own origin, apart from it in any kind, as well as distance, time, and form. I'm going to stop there because dyslexia is strong today, apparently.
Okay. Well, thanks for reading it. I'm going to read it at the top of every hour. Yes.
Yes. Thank
All
you,
right.
Kathleen.
All right. Love you, Linda. And
Love
see
you
you.
too, honey. See you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Be happy.
You too.